Hello viewers, a gracious good afternoon to one and all. This is Nandini Sfero from TSWREIS Jairabad School. Before going to my topic, I want to share my experience which I experienced in my life. I was celebrated my birthday on 23rd October. On that day I was so happy and my mother prepared a delicious sweets for me and my father bought a beautiful cake. On that day, we enjoyed a lot. I was getting ready to cut the cake. Surprisingly, my uncle and aunt came to my birthday party. I was so happy and my uncle gifted me a beautiful guitar and my aunt gifted me a colorful earrings as well as some kites to my younger brother. I felt so happy and enjoyed a lot. Next day, I opened the gift of guitar. It was so nice and it is in different shape. I can't know about that shape. Then I recollect the knowledge about the shapes which are there on my birthday party. Almost I observed many things having four sides. Viewers, we can know that if an object having three sides, then we call it as a triangle. So what we call if an object having four sides? Yeah, we can call it as a quadrilateral. Today's my topic is classification of quadrilaterals in an effective way. By this session, we are going to learn about what is a quadrilateral and similarities and differences between the one quadrilateral to another quadrilateral and associate the properties with daily life situations. What is a quadrilateral? A quadrilateral is nothing but a simple closed figure bounded by four line segments is called a quadrilateral. A word quadrilateral derived from a Latin word which means qua means four and lateral means sides. Totally, the quadrilateral means four sides. And here there are some examples for the quadrilateral. The object which have four sides, that is called a quadrilateral. Let us see some examples for the quadrilateral. And in this, we observed many things. These things having four sides. Example, rhombus and trapezium. These all are examples. In our daily life, we can see these examples like a sweets, handbag and earrings, guitar, etc. Let us see some parts of quadrilateral. There are four parts in a quadrilateral. That are four sides, four angles, four vertices and two diagonals. And in a quadrilateral, there are classified some types. Let us learn about the types. The first one is parallelogram. Here, this is a parallelogram. The name itself, we are recognizing that property. In this parallelogram, opposite sides are parallel and equal. In this parallelogram, consecutive angles are supplementary. Consecutive is nothing but adjacent and supplementary is nothing but the sum of two angles is equals to 180 degrees is called supplementary. And let us see the diagonals in a parallelogram. In a parallelogram, the diagonals bisect each other. And let us see the diagonals equal or not. Let us measure it. So, this red color is the diagonal 1 and this yellow color is the diagonal 2. And here the diagonal 1 is greater than the diagonal 2. So, we can say that in a parallelogram, the diagonals bisect each other, but the diagonals are not equal. Let us see some examples for the parallelogram. In construction, we are using the shape of parallelogram and suites, burrs, and in construction of tiles, etc. Many more we are using this parallelogram shape. Let us see some daily life example. This is a sweet which I made by my own. This chocolate and this sweet is also in parallelogram shape. And let us go to another type of quadrilateral. That is nothing but a rhombus. In a rhombus, a parallelogram in which all sides are equal, then it will become a rhombus. So here in a rhombus, all sides are equal and all sides are congruent. Here congruent is nothing but having same size and same shape is called congruent. Here in the rhombus, the diagonals bisect each other. But let us see the diagonals equal or not in a rhombus. So here red color is, we well know that it is a diagonal one and yellow color is a diagonal 2. Here we observe that the diagonal 1 and the diagonal 2 are not equal. So we can say that in a rhombus the diagonals are bisect each other but the diagonals are not equal. In a rhombus the diagonals bisect perpendicular to each other, which means perpendicular is nothing but making 90 degrees is called perpendicular. And let us see some examples for the rhombus. While we are walking on the road, we observed some rules and regulations. That is also in rhombus shape. And our door key also in rhombus shape. And our earrings also rhombus shape. And many more. Let us learn another type of quadrilateral. That is nothing but a rectangle. In a parallelogram, if all four angles are 90 degrees, then it will become a rectangle. So here, this is a rectangle. In a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. And in a rectangle, all angles are 90 degrees. And here, the diagonals bisect each other. And one diagonal can divide two congruent triangles. Let us check the diagonals equal or not. Here red is the first diagonal and yellow is the second diagonal. Here we observe that the first diagonal and the second diagonal is equal. So we conclude that in a rectangle, the diagonals bisect each other but the diagonals are equal. Let us see some examples for the rectangle. And everywhere we are using the rectangle shape like this keyboard and screen, TV screen, monitor. These all are examples for the rectangle. I think you are getting bored, isn't it? Let us solve a brain teaser. Here it is a brain teaser. My question is 1 plus 4 is equals to 5 and 2 plus 5 is equals to 12. 3 plus 6 is equals to 21. Then 8 plus 11 is equals to how much? Yes, the answer is 96. The process is yourself. Let us go to another type of quadrilateral. So, in a parallelogram, if all four sides equal and all angles are equal, then it will become a square. Here it is a square. In a square, all four sides are equal and all angles are 90 degrees. Here this is diagonal 2 and this is the diagonal 1. Diagonal 1 and 2 bisect each other. Let us measure the diagonals in a square. Here in a square, the diagonal 1 and diagonal 2 are the equal. So we can say that in a square, all four sides are equal and diagonals bisect each other and the diagonals are equal. Let us see some examples for the square. Here, we observed many things around us having square shape. For example, frames, slate, chocolate and biscuit, many more. Let us see some real life example. Here it is a chessboard. This chessboard is also in in square shape. And let us go to another quadrilateral. This is an interesting quadrilateral that is nothing but trapezium. In a trapezium is a quadrilateral. In a trapezium, exactly one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Here see, it is a trapezium. It is a trapezium. In a trapezium, one pair of opposite sides are parallel and another pair of opposite sides are not parallel and not equal. Here, in a trapezium, co-interior angles are supplementary. We all well know that supplementary is nothing but the sum of two angles is equals to 180 degrees is called a supplementary. Let us see some examples for the trapezium. So for construction of steps also we are using this trapezium shape and nail paint, tables and bags. This all many more having trapezium shape. And so friends, in a trapezium there is another type of trapezium. That is nothing but isosceles trapezium. In a trapezium, one pair of opposite sides are parallel. But in a isosceles trapezium, the non-parallel sides are also equal. Then it will become isosceles trapezium. In a isosceles trapezium, one pair of opposite sides are parallel and another one pair of opposite sides are equal. Let us see some example. Here, it is a bag. It is in isosceles trapezium. Isosceles trapezium. Here it is in isosceles trapezium. By this, I am conclude that we are many using plastic bags. So SoFTNET, my personal request is don't use the plastic bags and use the gunny bags or jute bags. By the using of the plastic, we are polluting our environment. And let us go to another type of quadrilateral. That is nothing but a kite. A kite is a quadrilateral in which two pair of adjacent sides are equal. Adjacent is nothing but consecutive. In this, these two are equal and these two are equal. Here, in a kite, the diagonals bisect each other. Let us measure the diagonals in a kite. Here, the right color is the diagonal 1 and this is the diagonal 2. Here, we conclude that the diagonal 2 is greater than the diagonal 1. So, we conclude that this is not equal. In a kite, the diagonals bisect each other, but the diagonals are not equal. Let us see some examples for the kite. So, kite here. A kite. Kite is a relevant example for kite and showcase, ring, finger and pendants. These all are examples for the kite. And when we are learning the subject, correlation is the most important because to understand more and more. these quadrilateral shapes we are observed maneuver. For example, we well know that this is a bar magnet. In physics, we are using this bar magnet. This top of the magnet, it is in rectangle shape. Here in physics also, we are using the quadrilateral shapes. And in architecture also we are using these quadrilateral shapes. While we constructing anything, it is having any shape. So in this picture we have one architecture, that is here we are observing a small little rhombus shapes, isn't it? Yes. Next, in sports also we are observing our quadrilateral shapes. Here, while we playing kabaddi, we want a court. That court is also in rectangle shape. And these all are maneuver we are observing our quadrilateral shapes. And everywhere like this computer and keyboard, maneuver and a cell phone, maneuver we are observing these quadrilateral shapes. And here, from this, let us do an activity. By this, we learnt about what is a quadrilateral and properties of parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, square, trapezium, isosceles trapezium and kite. So, I want to show us some examples related to that. Here, this is a kite. This kite is the example for kite. And this certificate. Even though certificate also in quadrilateral shape, that is nothing but a rectangle. And here it is a photo frame. This photo frame also having rectangle shape. And this envelope is also having in rectangle shape. And this is a geoboard. It is used to measure and to solve the problems of mensuration. So this is also in square shape. And here we well know that it is a watch. This watch also having in quadrilateral shape, that is nothing but a square. And here we well know that it is a tiffin box. In this tiffin box also we observed a quadrilateral shape. That is, here the side of the tiffin box is in trapezium shape. Here also we are using the quadrilateral. And we well know that it is used in kitchen. Our mothers store the vegetables in it. So it is looking like a rhombus. So here in our kitchen also we are using the quadrilateral shapes. Here see. Here in our sweets also having quadrilateral shape. So in sweets there are 4. These sweets also having in rhombus shape. This rhombus is related to quadrilateral shape having quadrilateral shapes. And this is my birthday cake. My birthday cake is also having 4 sides. This having 4 sides. This is an example for the quadrilateral. This is an square shape. And this is a table which I kept my birthday cake on this table. This table also having 4 sides. So it is like a rectangle. And here this is a guitar which my uncle gave me as a birthday gift. This is also having 4 sides. This is like a trapezium. And this is a kite. We well know that it is an example for the kite. Let us summarize it. So, by this session, we have learned that properties of a parallelogram, rectangle, rhombus, square, trapezium, isosceles trapezium, and the kite. We well know that what is a quadrilateral. And I want to give a worksheet for you. Here, the first question is, what is a quadrilateral? A quadrilateral is nothing but simple closed figure bounded by 4 line segments is called a quadrilateral. And the second one is sum of all angles in a square. A 90 degrees, B 180 degrees, C 360 degrees, and D 120 degrees. The answer is 360 degrees. And the third question is, define parallelogram. A parallelogram is nothing but the name itself. We are recognizing that in a parallelogram, two pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal. And the fourth one is each angle in a rectangle is. We well know that each angle rectangle is 90 degrees. And the fifth one is give an example for rhombus. The sweet is a relevant example for rhombus. So, let us summarize it again. Here we well know that it is a ORS packet. Here, this ORS packet is used to recover our health, isn't it? Yes. So, in medicine also we are using this quadrilateral shape. Here, this ORS packet is in rectangle shape. And here we well know that it is a ID card. This ID card is also having a rectangle shape. Here see, this is a rectangle shape. And even though my watch is also an example for quadrilateral. This is a rectangle shape. And even though while we taking the certificates, in that also we are using this quadrilateral. This is an rectangle shape and here this an object is also having 4 sides. This is an example for quadrilateral. We observed many different things around us having quadrilateral shapes. These all are examples for the quadrilateral. Not only in this, but also we observed many things around us are in quadrilateral shape, like rhombus, kite, rectangle, square, trapezium, isosceles trapezium, and the parallelogram. So, let us see the pictures one by one. Here, it is a kite. And it is a trapezium. And here in this slide, we observed parallelogram, trapezium, and rectangle, square, kite, etc. So, everywhere we are observing these quadrilateral shapes. For example, in a classroom also we are using the rectangle shape. The classroom board is in rectangle shape. That is an example for the quadrilateral of rectangle, and even our classroom door is also having rectangle shape. Let us do some more examples for this quadrilateral. Do you got this answer? So here the trick is nothing but 1 into 4, 4. 4 plus 1, 5. The 1 plus 5 is equals to 1 plus 4 is equals to 5. And the second one is 2 plus 5. 2 into 5, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. The answer is 12. Here 3 into 6, 12. 12 plus 3, 18. 18 plus 3, 21. Here the answer is 21. And the 8 into 11, 88. 88 plus 8, 96. The answer is 96. So every object we are seeing, every object having quadrilateral shapes. So I lastly thankful to the TSAT and thankful for the TSWREIS Government of Telangana to stand before you and presented my lecture.